although I have my full-time job right now, I take some time off, and I'm glad they're understanding about that. I take some time off, I travel, I explore, I do things, and it makes me happy. I come back refreshed, happy, ready to go.
Today we're in Kuwait City, Kuwait, speaking with female millennial entrepreneur Fatima Al-Matar. Fatima, thank you so much for joining us at the F Show and spending some time telling us a little bit about your journey from pre-entrepreneurship to entrepreneurship. So how did it happen?
Okay, so again, Fatima Al-Matar. What I do right now, I have a full-time job in Kuwait in the real estate sector. And apart from that, I own my own blog. It's called hello965.com. How did it start? It started as a hobby at the beginning. So, and this is from pre-entrepreneurship. So it started as a hobby where in Kuwait, as I told you maybe a little bit earlier, there's nothing much to do for young people. So we have a lot of free time on our hand. Rather than going shopping or going to the malls or going to restaurants or seeing other people or social gatherings, there's nothing really, to occupy that free time. So I decided to start a blog. And blogging Kuwait is kind of, back then it wasn't that big of a deal. So I'm like, okay, let's start a blog. It was a generic blog featuring restaurants in Kuwait. If there are any events, I would attend events. Gradually, it got bigger. I started getting attention here in Kuwait, getting invited to restaurants, getting invited to events to attend there, and then write about them articles and all of that. And gradually, blogging area in particular got bigger and it grew. And until then, it was still a hobby and everything was fine. And I had also my full time job back then. After time, a little bit, I thought, why not make it a little bit focused? Why not, go narrow it down? Why have it so big and so generic? And until then, it was just an idea and going in my head, and there was nothing particular. I was all over the place, doing everything that I do in Kuwait and then gatherings and whatever, and have my blog on the part time side. Ever since, I'm going to go back a little bit behind, ever since I graduated from college, I had this plan in my head that I wanted to spend 5 years of work and then do my MBA. And I've always had that in the back of my head. And that's what I did. I had a full-time job, created my own blog, and then did a full-time, 5 years of full-time job. After 5 years, I'm like, okay, I want to do something with my life that is different. I want to be focused more on myself. Okay, job is focusing on yourself, that is true, but you need to go a little bit more, something that would benefit me and my country at the same time, people of the country, and then see everyone do something different. I'm like, okay, it's time to do my MBA. And that's when I decided to apply for IE Business School in Madrid, and I was accepted, and I did my MBA there for a year and a half. During my MBA, IE is known for its entrepreneurship. Its strength is in entrepreneurship classes and courses. So by the end of the year, I decided to take more entrepreneurship-focused classes because I wanted to narrow down my blog, and then I wanted to have more focused ideas.
Did you go to the MBA to work on your blog and narrow it down, or was it just two things that were happening at the same time?
It was, how when I told you like you're all over the place, and it's normal. It's normal at different parts of your life, you don't know what you're doing. You don't know where you're going, so you're just all over the place. But I've always read and heard that MBA would make you focus a little bit more. It will direct you or guide you through what you want to do in the future. And I really saw that, and it's not something you just read and then you go and you're like, I'm disappointed. No, that's not it. It is true. So I went there and I, experienced different things. I'm like, okay, I used to work in the banking sector and investments. And I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to do banking and investments. I want to do something different. And I found in MBA a chance to guide me through what I want to do next. And it's completely normal not to know what you want to do until, you're put in a situation where you just collect your thoughts, you sit there, and then you start thinking. with taking classes and attending the courses and everything, and we had some optional classes to take. So through the optional classes, I decided to focus a little bit more on entrepreneurship classes, some of social media, some of marketing here and there collectively, and have a plan in the back of my head of what I want to do after. Because for my own self, I thought, okay, it's time for me to decide what I want to do after this, and not be all over the place.
But did you know that you wanted to step out of the traditional path of having a corporate job and going into full-time entrepreneurship, or did you, where were you there?
I mean,
Still trying to figure it out.
I've always wanted to do that, and this is still in the process of happening. I mean, fingers crossed. And I really want to do that, and this is something that, I mean, you'd be doing yourself a big favor and doing something that you really love. Because, I mean, it's one thing to have a full-time job, and it's another thing to have something that you really love and you do it with passion, and it doesn't become a job anymore. It becomes something that you're doing for fun. It's your hobby and it's your job at the same time. So it's beautiful. You don't feel that you're pressured into doing anything that you don't want to do, or forcing yourself to wake up in the morning to go to do a job, or it's amazing. It's nice, but it's different. So after MBA, I've done a lot of traveling also during my MBA. I've had friends contact me here and there, and they're like, okay, Fatima, you've been to this country. Let us know what you did. Please send us an itinerary. Please let us know about this, about that. Like, okay, I think this is what I want to do. I love traveling. It's something I do and I love and I enjoy writing about it, and I write for myself about the things that I've done, note down everything and categorize them and all of this. Like, I think it's time to do something different with my blog. So I decided to narrow it down and be more focused towards travel. And I did the whole rebranding and everything by the end of my MBA. I started working on my blog, contacting two different people, and they do all the technical work and the back end of the blogging. So I tried to put together a small team to start improving the blog. And
was it just you at the beginning when you were just blogging about events and
yes, it was just me. It was just me.
And then when you were at your MBA, then you decided, okay, so here's how I'm going to piece it together and focus it on travel, and then decided to bring on a team, because this is a really big step for a lot of entrepreneurs and starting entrepreneurs to know, when do you bring people in and how do you do that, and all these kind of scary concepts, because now it's not just you and you're expanding it.
Sure. So basically, there are two ways of approaching this. First, you start alone and you decide what you want to do, and then you put together a team. And there's the other way where you have an idea, but you don't know how to go ahead with that idea. And that's from the beginning, bringing on a team to formulate that idea and then move forward. In my situation, or my status, I was that first example. So I started alone because it was a very simple task to do, like creating a blog. And my background in bachelor's, I was in MIS, so I knew my way around technology and creating blogs and all of that. So it was kind of easy to start with it or kick off alone. Later on, when I decided to expand and grow my blog a little bit, I thought, no, it's important to bring someone who's more technical than I am, someone who could be more focused. It's very important to be focused. It's very important to know what you're doing. So if you have little experience of what you're doing, it's fine, but it's important to bring someone who is fully experienced in the subject or in the matter. So, I mean, at the end of the day, if you're one person, you can't do everything, right? So you have to bring the right people. You have to bring someone who has a different experience or knowledge than what you have and what you do to complement you. And this is what I was trying to do. And I mean, alhamdulillah, I was successful doing that. I brought two people on the team. One of them had left to do his MBA as well, so I have me and another co-blogger. We rebranded the website, had our
all travel focused.
All travel focused. Even the IP address and I mean the how do you call it? Got
the
my
URL.
own got my own name and everything, because it was hosted by a different platform, and then I changed it, so now it's completely separate.
So what is it called now?
Hello965.com.
Okay, so
yeah,
it's
that's
okay.
how it is now.
Wonderful.
Before it was something else. It was .wordpress.com. So now it's simpler and it's very straightforward and it's easy for people to
go to.
just exactly. And I had to consult. My MBA classes really helped me to have a user-friendly website. They give you these tips and everything. If you note it down later on, it helps you a lot. So I put all this knowledge together, brought on the team, rebranded my website, came back to Kuwait, started gathering everything I've done before in terms of travel, pictures, and everything, put it together, created all my social media accounts, Facebook, Instagram. So it's, there are baby steps. You start everything and then you grow a little bit. And then I was very much focused on being very credible. So people wouldn't just, go and then find the wrong information or, not like what they're looking at, and then they won't come to my blog again. So I was relying mainly on word of mouth, and it grew gradually. And it's at a stage now. I wouldn't say I'm completely independent and it's right there and I'm fully, ready to go. No, I'm still in between two stages. I'm still not monetizing from my blog. I'm just starting, and that's where this is the next step for me. So basically, to put things into perspective, or just to take you back to the steps, you have to be very focused. You have to think about your next step. You have to be narrowed and specific with what you want to do. It's important to have something that you really like and do it, out of love. You love it and you do it.